Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and this is the Piracy Show. And on today's show, we're going to take on a light and easy topic. Is piracy griefing? Now, of course, this is going to be an opinion piece, emphasis on the word opinion, but I don't think that it is. I think that if, let's say, if you go out and you target a player specifically, like if you target a person playing the game specifically and you're like, no matter where they go, no matter what they do, I'm just going to dive on them and just destroy their ship every time because ha ha ha, I'm just being mean. To me, that's griefing. To me, that's, deliberately targeting and trying to ruin someone's gameplay experience. But if someone flies a whole sea through low-sec space and they're just like, oh, well, I'm sure it'll be fine, and then they happen on a pirate organization, then, what did you expect was going to happen, If a player, is basically playing the game as it's meant to be played, and Star Citizen was always going to be a game that had open world PvP and piracy in it from day one. Like, what did you think that was going to happen? I think that when players kind of get confused and they think, oh, it's harassment, it's these people are mean. I mean, but realistically, it's not the pirate who's griefing the player. It's the player who's griefing themselves. Star Citizen is supposed to be the best damn space sim ever. It's supposed to be very action-oriented, space combat. These are all things that are supposed to be in the game, and PvP is also one of the things that are supposed to be in the game. But it's not built around Super Mario Funtime universe rule sets. It's built around the same kind of rule sets that govern any shooter or many space combat games like EVE Online, for instance. There are many kind of similarities there. Now, certainly, if you're a pirate in low sec on EVE Online, you have to pay a certain price to be a pirate in that area, and it can be very dangerous for you. But at the same time, if you pirate out in nullsec, in 0-0, where there's no authorities to technically catch your actions, that's not really piracy. That's players agreeing to just take that chance. Even to a certain degree, going into low sec space is taking a chance. Like, let's say you're in low sec space, right? And you've got an Orion, and you want to go and mine in your Orion. There's some rare ore there that's very valuable. You want to make that money, but you've got no one else to play with you. You don't want to spend the credits to hire escorts. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You just want to go and take your ship solo and start mining in low sec space. And you feel that, oh, I should be able to do that, and players shouldn't be able to touch me. I should be allowed to do that. Well, no, that's not the Star Citizen universe, right? That's not the game that you backed. And it really never was ever part of the picture. But you often find people who kind of operate under the illusion that I should be able to do whatever I want, wherever I want, and no one else should be able to interfere with me. But the whole game, the excitement, the essence of what the game is it's built around that unpredictability, and that's where kind of the fun in playing the game comes from. And so to just expect that you should be able to suspend all those rules and just do whatever you want, and just, oh, all these other PvP fanatics and meanies, they can just go, they can go play somewhere else. I should be allowed to do this. It's not the way the game is built. That's not harassment. That's not griefing. That's just the game being the game. That's the players being the players. If a player is going out to, say, solo mine with that same ship, and let's say they get attacked by pirates and their Orion gets blown up, is that griefing and harassment? In a way, yeah, it is, but it's the player griefing themselves. It's not the pirates griefing them, because the pirates are they're there. They just happen to be there. They're pirates. Everyone knows they're pirates. They've got crime stat rating. Or maybe not. Maybe they've run their crime stat rating down, but there's still, there's still predators out there in that environment. They're to be expected. If you kind of go in there and just go, oh, well, I should be able to do it anyways, and I'm just going to take the chance because anybody who does this to me is obviously just a meanie, then you're just griefing yourself. You're just setting yourself up for failure, and you're just kind of, you're creating those problems for yourself. It's not the player doing it to you, it's you doing it to yourself. If, a different player who wants to go out and mine in that low security space goes out and says, you know what, I'm going to do some networking, I'm going to hook up with this org over here, because they have everything kind of planned out and set up, and they go out mining on these nights, and they bring an escort with them, and they generally get left alone because pirates kind of recognize the fact that these guys are prepared, and then there's going to be other easier guys out there to attack, so just fly past these guys, go after those guys. I'm going to go find that org, and I'm going to work with them, and so I'll be able to do that without getting harassed. Yeah, I'll have to kind of schedule things around everyone else's timetable, but I'll be able to do the things that I want to a certain degree. That's the kind of player who, probably isn't kind of filling out all those, complaints, who isn't posting on the forums saying, oh my God, everything is harassment, everything is anti-me. Like, getting into Star Citizen, buying a ship entitles you access to the universe, but it doesn't guarantee you the quality of your experience. Like, your experience is based on what you, the player, put into it. If you go around making yourself an easy mark and an easy target, well, what do you think's going to happen? Players often confuse, their desire for expedience or convenience with, as being something that they're entitled to. It's sort of like saying, if you fly a Hull E through low-sec space loaded with gold, and pirates attack you, and it's like, oh, well, they're harassers, they're mean, they're terrible people. No, they're just reacting to what's available in the environment. It's no different than if you were to throw out your trash every day and not put a lid on the bin and lock it down and say, oh my God, raccoons came and pulled out all the trash bags and left trash all over my yard. The raccoons were just reacting to the environment. The person who made them, the person who's responsible is you, because you didn't react to the environment. You just said, oh, well, I'm too lazy to do it, so it should just automatically be done for me, or it should just not happen because I don't want it to. Pirates existing in the game and shooting at other ships is part of what's supposed to be in the game. It's players playing the game the way it's meant to be played. They are going to be there. And so you got to kind of factor that into your plans, and you have to kind of think about that and think about, what can I do to minimize those risks? You just can't say, oh, well, the bad thing happened even though I knew it was there, but it's not my fault because I don't want it to be my fault. So, that's just harassment. That doesn't make sense. Now, if a player goes around and follows one player around and says, no matter what this player does, no matter where they go, I'm just going to steal their ship and I'm just going to blow up their ship because ha ha ha, that's harassment. That's being a dick. But flat out, somebody just happens across you in an asteroid belt and says, oh shit, there's a target, and you end up being completely unprepared, or you're trying to single person pilot a very complex big ship, well, you kind of created that situation on your own. This is just the natural consequence of that situation. Buying into Star Citizen only entitles you to play the game. Winning or losing, well, that's entirely up to you. Anyways, that's the show for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.